So welcome everyone to the session. Yesterday we discussed about window functions. We discussed percentile, entile, and lead lag and other functions. Now today we are going to discuss joins. So we have already discussed left join, right join, left, right, outer join, and inner join. Right. In this session we are going to discuss there are few additional type of joins which are also very handy, which you when you start solving questions, and then we will study about some of the update commands which are present in the SQL. So that is our target for today. First of all, I have uploaded, as I shared in the chat box, there are four cases we are going to discuss today. So it two tables have same name. I mean, you can change the name. Name is optional. I mean, so you can just find the data through the link, right, which is present here. So I'm starting with the first case, that is employee manager relationship. So let me just open the data set first of all. So this is the table for the first case. You will have this employee manager relationship. You will have employee ID, you will have employee name, you will have department, you will have manager ID, you'll have skill level, and you will have training hours. So before I teach anything, right, I want you guys to solve the question number one, which is present in this document. If you come down, you will see this first question. Try to solve before I teach you anything. So write a query to list all the employees along with their manager's name. Include employees who do not have a manager assigned. They should still appear. So let me just explain you the data. This is employee ID, okay, and each employee has a manager, and this is manager ID, which eventually is employee ID of that manager. Okay, so this is the data. So you will have employee name, department, manager ID. Manager ID is technically the employee ID. So like for example, for this person Amit, there is no manager. For this person Ravi, he belongs to data analytics. For him, manager is this. Manager's ID is one. Means Amit is the manager of Ravi. It's like this. Okay, and this is the data. So before I teach you anything, just try to solve based on whatever you know. Question number one, write a query to list all the employees along with their managers. So you have to display employee name along with their manager name, and also include the employees who do not have a manager assigned to them. So try to solve this. I am giving you 5 or 10. Maybe try to solve in 5 to 10 minutes based on whatever you know. It is there. Manager's name is there. Manager is this only. This is employee ID. Eventually, Ravi's manager is Amit because Ravi's manager's ID is this. So if Ravi's manager ID is one, means which employee is having employee ID one? That is Amit. So this is the only column from which you have to get. Anyone who is able to solve, I just got one reply. 2 more minutes. Okay, so let's start discussing this problem. This is good that like few people have solved, but let's understand the what is this logic behind solving this question. The question says that we have to find the employee. So we have employee. So there's a company which has 21 employees, right? And thing is, uh, each employee has manager, could have a manager, could not have a manager. This is a very famous problem. You will see a lot of in a lot of places. So similar type of questions keep on appearing. So this concept, this is built on self join. I mean, just a fancy name is given, but let's understand the concept. So thing is, we need to find the employee name. So what is the question? The question says list all the employees along with their managers, right? Who is the manager of which employee? So let's go to the Excel. Now, if I see in this table, I have, let's say for this person, I have employee ID, I have the employee's name, and I have his her manager ID. Now, what do I want? I want finally employee name, right? Employee name, and what else do I want? Manager name, correct? Manager name. Now, the key thing to notice is that manager is also an employee of the same company, right? So for example, so let's say for this person, this is his manager, this is her manager, right? And manager is also employee. So who is Amit is the, so I need, like for Pooja, I need to get Amit as manager, right? So what is happening? I have the manager ID, but I need the name of the manager here. Okay. So what happens that I don't have any additional table, so I cannot bring any information from outside, but I have this information present in my this table only. And to solve this type of problem, we use the concept of self join, where we join a table with itself only, right? So what will happen that, suppose we have this table. Let's say I bring this table in parallel to this from here. Sorry. Okay. Now, those who do not know, please follow this concept very thoroughly. Now, suppose I have this table here and I try to join this table with itself. So what will happen? Of course, there will be different type of joins possible. There will be, like, for example, this employee ID one. If I join these two table on employee ID, what will happen?
Get merged.
They'll get merged. But for Amit, for example, let's talk about row one. I'll get Amit as employee name and I will get Amit as employee name here, right? So
Yes,
basically, these rows will get merged. So these rows will get duplicated. What is my task? What do I need to get? I
You
need to
want
get,
manager name.
I want manager for this employee, for this manager ID, I need its name. Right now, when I merge these two, do I see his name? For example, uh, at second row, the employee name is Pooja. The name that I'm getting is still Pooja, correct?
yes,
So if I'm merging these two tables on employee ID, that is not giving me the solution. Agreed or not?
Yes.
So
agreed.
what do I need? I need the employee name corresponding to manager ID, right? So I need an employee name corresponding to one. So basically, what will be happening? I have to scan through all these employee ID, because this manager ID is itself a employee ID. So if you look at this, for this the name is Amit. So in for row two, I want Amit to be here. So technically what is happening, this manager ID is getting mapped with employee ID, right? So when we join these two tables, I have to take manager ID of this table and I have to take employee ID of this table. And now what will happen, for example, let's say this is null. So yeah, here you will see null. Here manager ID is 1. So this will match with second row will match with which row in the right table? Tell me. This second row is going to match with which row here?
Employee
First row.
ID 2 and
Amit.
3.
Right? Employee ID 1 is here. So Amit will come here. So for this Puja, I'll get to see his manager name as Amit. Now for Ravi, which it will, his manager name is also ID is 1. So this will also match with this, right? Similarly, let's talk about this Arjun. Let's row number 13. His manager ID is 4. Now you will go and scan, check where this is the row for Arjun and his manager name is Neha, for example, right? So what is happening? We are merging these two tables on manager ID. If we just merge on employee ID, this will be just addition of columns, which will not give us any additional value. But if we merge these two in tables on manager ID and employee ID, then it will give me important information. It can give me name, office manager, and more other details. Because manager is itself a employee. Is this concept clear? Anyone, any doubt?
Oh, sir, null can join with an integer. Employee ID is 1 and
Null can join with.
wait a second, ma'am. Okay. I take any mistake. My bad.
This null will join with nothing. Null does not match with anyone that we have discussed, right? So one will match with. So basically, for each manager, for each employee, we have the manager ID. We just need the manager name, so we can source it from here. Okay.
Okay.
Now tell me, will this be a left join? Will it be a inner join, or will it be a full join? How will you decide? What is the logic to decide?
We are taking the data from the left table,
Yes.
so it should be
Let's
left.
discuss. Remember the logic that we discussed that time. How to decide join, which join to check. Can someone recall me the logic that we discussed?
Check that in which table that the information is being asked.
So first thing was that, do I need all the rows from the left table? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Do I need all the tables, all the rows from the right table?
No.
Is it no or yes?
No.
No, it is no. We don't need. Our main target is we need rows from this, and we just need to match corresponding to each thing. So this will be a left join. So this concept of joining a table with itself is called self join, but type of join remains same. You either do left, right, inner, or thing based on your scenario. So how to solve this question is simple. We will do a left join between these two tables, keeping and joining on manager ID from one and employee ID from another. So how are we going to write down this code is, so first of all, this table I need to create 2 points. So first of all, I'll say select. So I need to create two versions of this table, right? So what will I do? I'll call one as employee E, another as a manager M, let's say. Okay. So I will say select. So let's call E. So from what all do I need? I need employee ID. Okay. I need employee name, employee underscore name. Then what do I need? This is from left table. Okay. And from right table, what do I need?
Manager ID.
Manager ID I can need. Okay. So m dot manager ID. I can take manager ID from left as well. It's up to me. Okay. Manager ID, comma,
Employee name.
employee name, m dot employee name as manager name. Is it fine? We will
Yes.
replace employee name to manager name, right? Because now it will become a manager of that employee. From now, which tables do we have? First of all, we have employees. What is the name of this table? Employee as E, left join. I'm keeping same table, remember. So same table, I will name as something else as well. Okay. On. Now on what variable will I match them?
ID.
Which ID? There are two IDs, manager ID, employee ID. Which ID?
Manager ID.
So manager ID from one table will join with employee ID with another table.
Correct.
Okay. So we'll say E dot manager underscore ID equal to what is m dot employee underscore ID. Is it clear? So this will be the query. Now I will get it. So see, employee ID 1, Amit has no manager, so he has no name. Pooja has no manager. Pooja has no manager. Let me just cross check. Pooja has manager ID
Amit,
as.
Amit is there. Amit.
Wait a second. Why is it showing as no manager? Uh, why Pooja's ID is coming to be null? Second, employee ID, employee name. Okay, manager ID. Oh, yes, yes. Can someone tell me? I got the error. Can someone tell me what is the error in this code? There is one error I made. I made a mistake. Why is my data showing null for manager ID, whereas Pooja has a manager? Still, why is it showing manager ID is null? Can someone tell me this? Anyone?
Anyone? We need employee ID from the left table and manager ID from the right table.
Employee ID from the left table. No, that's not wrong. I'm already taking employee ID from the left table.
While taking the condition, like we're doing left join.
It's incorrect. Still. Now it's showing Amit. Amit's manager ID 1, which is incorrect. The previous code was correct. The problem was something else. Can someone tell me what is wrong? Think like this. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking from the left table employee ID and employee name. And from the right table, I'm taking manager ID and employee name as manager name. Okay. And what I'm matching on, I'm matching manager ID from left to employee ID and right. Now think like this. This, let's take Kabir. Okay. His employee, his manager ID is 7. Okay. So when I am looking for 7, matching with 7, okay, what do I need to return? Employee ID or manager ID?
Employee ID.
Employee ID.
Employee ID. If you will return manager ID, what it will mean? It will mean that for a manager ID 7, return manager ID. It will show you the manager ID for Priya, not the manager ID for Kabir. Are you getting my point?
Can you repeat please once again?
I'm saying when you're merging these two, technically what is happening? You are selecting for row 7, you are selecting this person, right? For Kabir, you are selecting this person. Now tell me, what all variables are we extracting in my code? We are extracting e dot employee ID, e dot employee name. Okay, that is fine. Employee ID and employee name, this is for the person. From the right table, I am getting manager ID. Okay. Now tell me this. If I get manager ID from this, will it give me manager ID for Kabir or it will give me manager ID for Priya?
Priya, it will give.
Priya,
It
right?
is.
So that is the reason we are getting
No.
null here. So what do we have to get from here?
So we have to get the left table from Kabir manager. We have to get.
So instead of manager ID, we have to get employee ID. Now it will be right. Is it clear?
Yes.
Anyone who has any doubt in this logic on doing self join? Anyone? I'm just posting this code in chat box, but let me know if you guys have any doubt. This is called self join. So this is nothing. This is just a left join, just joining the table with itself. That's called self join. Okay. All clear? Anyone any doubt before we move ahead? This type of question are asked a lot of time. For example, multiple people are raising a hierarchy based question. This is company. Then you will see products. There are certain data on products that what is the parent product, what is the sub product, like those type of questions. You will see they are solved using self join. You have information present in that table only in different rows. So you just join the table with itself and you just try to retrieve the values. Okay. So if this is clear, let's move to question number 2. Please solve question number 2, which is present here. Question number 2. Identify all the employees whose manager belong to the same department as them. Return employee name, manager name, and their department. So let's start discussing this question. It says identify all the employees whose manager belong to the same department as them. Okay. So what is happening? Let's see the data. So suppose we have got in this department, for example, this data that we created here. What do we want? We want department of employee and department of manager, correct? We want these two things. If we can get them, then we can get the results, right? So let's do one thing. Let's get the department of both people. So what is the variable for department? Department. Okay. So if I do for employee, I say e dot department, okay, as employee underscore department, and for m dot department, I do as manager underscore department. Right now, let's do the same. I've just added one variable in that table that we're creating. Now, what do we see? We see that we have employee name, employee department, we have employee ID. Technically, this is manager ID, right? This one. So employee ID as manager underscore ID. So this is the table now that we have: employee ID, employee name, employee department, manager ID, manager name, and manager department. What is the scenario that we are having? Question is given to us that we want all employees whose manager belong to the same department, means employee department and the manager department should be same. Okay. So employee department is same as the manager. For example, for Pooja, if you see, the department is same. But for example, some other person, if we see in this data analytics, uh, engineering data science. I think everyone has in the same department, right? Analytics, engineering. Yeah, if you see for Neha, for example, Neha is in data engineering and her manager Pooja is in data analytics, right? So we want to exclude such people. Make sense? So what will we do here? While we are joining, we will put another condition that and e dot department, okay, equal to m dot department. So what will this do? This will put an additional filter as well, that these two should not be same. I mean, these two should not be same. Either you can put in join, or what else can you do? You can put a where clause before or after the query. I mean, how will you put where clause here? Suppose, so one method is to run this department. Wait a second. How many rows am I having before this? I'm having 21 rows. And e dot department is equal to m dot department. I should have less than 21 rows, right? Can someone tell why this filter is not working?
Inner join. We'll use
Tell me,
inner join
why inner join is required?
because if we'll select left join, then all the values from left join will be considered.
Yeah.
No, even if
For all the rows from left row will consider, right? So technically what, so let's understand this point from this point of view. First of all, we created this table, right? So what we can do, instead of putting a join, we can also do one more thing. We can say select star from this table. Okay, and what do we want to put the condition? We want to put the condition where employee department is equal to manager department. This also you can do. Okay, if you just do this, you will get 16 rows. Okay, so one method is using this, and another method that someone suggested that you can use, instead of left join, you will use inner join. Where this and okay, so if you run this way, sorry, it will be e dot department equal to m dot department. Both ways are fine, whichever you want. But is the logic clear to everyone? Anyone who is having doubt on this one? That why did we do inner join? Why didn't left join work? Or why any doubt? Let me know before we move ahead.
Satvik, can explain once why you use inner join here?
Okay. So you have these two tables, right? So once you create these two tables, for example, okay, let's forget this table. Let's come here only. Suppose we had this left join only, which we had in the previous question. We have 21 rows, right?
Yes.
What is the meaning of inner join? Tell me, what is the meaning of inner join?
Common values in both the tables.
Common values in both the tables, correct? Presently, when okay, now what is the condition given to me? Condition is that department name should be same, correct? Employee department should be same as manager department. Presently, I see for employee department, there are different departments, right? These two are not matching. Agreed? For example, this person, data engineering managers in data analytics. Agreed? Yes or no? For employee one, we have different manager, that different department for manager as compared to employee. For manager four, for employee four, employee department and manager department are different. Yes or no?
Yes. Both are different.
Both are different. Now, if I want both to be same, I want to filter out those rows where these two are not matching. If I join them, I say that e dot department become equal to e dot m dot department. Now tell me, when we use left join, will this row come or not? Yes or no?
Yes, it will come.
Why will it come? Why will the row come?
Sorry, it will not come. Sorry, sir. It will not matching actually. Both are not matching. Equal to condition we are using, right?
Can someone tell me why will it come or not? What is the definition of left join?
It will bring all the employees from the left table. So it will come.
Yeah, common in both plus left table remaining rows.
When you suppose these two are different tables, suppose these two are right now these two are different tables, right? We are joining them. When I'm joining these two tables on department name, for example, so tell me, for this person Neha, what is a department name?
Data engineering.
Now will it match with this one or not?
Yes, here also matching with the fourth one, right?
How is it match? This is
No,
data
no,
engineering, this is data analytics. How is
no,
this
no, no.
matching?
Sorry, no. With this, it's not matching with the same field, same row.
So if this is not matching, why will it come?
It will not come.
What is the definition of left join? Tell me, what is the definition of left join?
All records from left table.
No, that is not the definition of left join.
Inner join
All
plus values that are not present in the right table also that will come.
Inner
Inner join
join
inner
plus
join
left
plus
exclusive.
A exclusive.
plus left exclusive.
Hmm.
Now, when we compare these two rows, will they match in inner join? Yes or no?
No.
Why will they? I'm matching them on department name. Will they match or no?
It is
No,
not
it will
matching.
not match. No.
It will not match because this is data engineering, this is data analytics. So it will not match. But will it come in left exclusive when I'm doing a left join? Will it come in left exclusive? Yes or no?
Yes.
It will come. So when you do a left join, this row will populate. Let's start looking from here. Row 1, is this matching with this one? No, this is inner join is not matching, but this will come in the left exclusive part. Data analytics matching. So this is inner join matched. Analytics, inner join matched. Engineering, analytics, left exclusive. This is inner join didn't match. And so on it will go. What is my criteria? What is the question says? Question says I want those employees whose manager belong to the same department as them. So do I want the left exclusive in my result? Yes or no? Or I want the inner join only?
No, we don't want left
Same
exclusive.
department means
We
inner
only
join.
need inner
We
join.
want people to be in the same department. Means I do not want the left exclusive to be in my table. It means I do not want a left join. I want a inner join. Is it clear now that why do we need an inner join, why not a left join? Whose question was this?
It's me, Sitar.
Is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Anyone, any doubt? Okay. Please solve question number 3 now. And let's do little fast because we have to cover other topics as well. Find all the employees who do not have a manager assigned. These employ typically departments. This should be easy. Question 3 should be easy. Just please provide me query. Here you don't even need to join if you clearly see the question. So this question number 3 is pretty easy. You just need to filter where employee is not null. You just need to run on the employee table. So we will run select star from employee where manager underscore underscore ID is null. Simply run this, you will get the question. So this is the query for question number 3. Now let's solve the question number 4, please. Question number 4 says identify all employees whose manager has a higher skill level than them. Question number 4, please. Guys, question number 4 and 2 are almost similar. If you try to compare the question, try to compare with question number 2, they're similar. Just you need to change, the condition is different. So just check what could be that condition. So question number 4 says employee whose manager has higher skill level than them. So what will we do here? So what is the variable for skill level? Let me check. Skill underscore level. Let's get the skill level for both. E dot skill. So instead of department, I will need skill level. E dot skill underscore level as employee skill, comma m dot skill level as manager underscore skill. Okay, from employee left join this, and I will remove this part because this is not required. So let's run this. First of all, I got this table. Now what do I need to put? I need those where employees skill, where managers high is higher or employees high is higher. What does the question say?
Manager is higher than their employee.
Manager is higher than employee, right? So what will you do? M dot skill should be greater than E dot skill. So where M dot skill level greater than E dot skill. That's all you need to do. So you will get around 15 rows. This is for question number 14. Sorry, 4, not 14. Now please solve question number 5. 5, 6, and 7. First solve question number 5. Pair of employees who share the same manager. Exclude pairs where, yeah. Solve question number 5.
What do we mean by exclude pairs where an employee is matched with themselves? Is it like if someone is not having a manager?
You're on a mute if you're speaking.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I'm sorry. So what does it mean is that, let's say there are two people, A and B, and they have a same manager. So you have to return them. But you cannot do like A, right? Those two people, I mean, just repeating the same person will not make logic, right? I mean, you cannot say that, okay, let's say there's person A and person B. They have the same manager, let's say. Let's say they have C, but so you have to return AB. You cannot return that A have the same manager CC, right? So it means that A and B should be distinct. Is it clear?
Okay.
Anyone? Okay. Let's can someone tell me what were they thinking while solving, at least before I explain the solution?
Manager ID same चाहिए.
Manager ID same चाहिए, but we need two people, right?
Employee and manager.
Sorry, we need two people. Yes. So there are two tasks
We'll
in this.
assume two employee one, employee two.
Yes. Let's understand this question first of all. What is my ultimate goal? I need to get employee one, employee two, and manager. Right? This is what I need to get. Correct?
How to understand employee one, employee two? I'm not getting it from the question.
Question says when two employees have same manager, you need to get employee one and employee two. Let's
Okay.
say,
So A, B both will come
for
and their
example,
manager.
let's take an example from this data. Okay.
Mhm.
For example, I talk about, let's say this, Pooja and Ravi. They have the same manager, correct? So you need to return Pooja and Ravi. Let's look for more things. Sonal and Kabir, they also have the same manager. Sonal and Kabir. What is the manager of Pooja and Ravi? It is Amit. What is the manager of Sonal and Kabir? 7. Who is 7? Priya. Let's look for more. Even see Ananya, she also has manager ID 7. So Ananya, for example, Sonal, Ananya will also form a pair, right? And Kabir or Ananya will also form a pair. If you see employee 7, manager ID 7 has 3. This, and this. So technically there are 4 people who are under manager 7. So out of 4, there will be multiple pairs, right? So 4 people, how many pair can they form? 4 into 3 by 2. So 6 pair will come. Like Sonal Kabir, Sonal Ananya, Sonal Tarun. Then Kabir, Ananya, Kabir Tarun. Then Ananya Tarun. So total 6 pairs will come. Okay. Similarly for other, like 4, Arjun is for 4, Raj is for 4. So Raj and Arjun will form a pair. Reena is also for 4. So these will also form a pair. Do you guys understand the question now? First of all, anyone any doubt on the question?
No.
Okay. So let's try to do one thing. First of all, we were doing this self join only, right? We were merging with the same table. What do we want? That for same manager, who whoever people are available, I want, first of all, let's break into two tasks. First of all, let's get people who are, for example, let's say, who are belonging to same manager. Let's people belonging to same manager. Let's get that people first. Okay. So how will you do that? Let's take this table, for example. Okay. So let's say this is your table. Let me remove this skill level and these variables are not required for me. I will remove them for now, just to make space. So let me merge this. Let's bring this table in front of this. Okay. Okay. Employee name is okay. So first of all, we will match these two table, let's say on manager ID. Okay. Because what we want, let's discuss what is our task. I need First of all, I need those people who belong to same manager, right? Same manager, multiple people. Like if there are multiple people, I need those two people. So if I take these two table, right, and I do an inner join between these two on manager, what will this result? What will this give me? For example, for manager one, what information will I get? Let's take row by row. Okay. So let's say I'm merging them for manager one. What row I'm going to get? First, I will get this row, right? Which row will match from the right table?
First.
Will first row match with this one? Second row.
As in manager ID and employee ID.
Why are you matching manager ID and employee ID? I told manager ID and manager ID. I'm joining these two tables on manager ID.
So second and third rows will.
So what will I get? This one I will get, right? For this, I will get this, and I will get this one as well. I will get this as second row, correct? If you notice this. So after joining on manager ID, what I'm getting the for manager ID 1, or let's say for manager ID 1, will I have another match? If I see I have another person, Isha is also there, right? So I will
Yes.
have a match with this as well, and I will have a match with Geeta. So 4 people are matching with this. Agreed? Anyone, any doubt with this? First tell me. Guys, any doubt?
No.
Now, out of these, as per the question, out of these 4 rows, which row do I need? Which rows? See, I have employee 1 and employee 2 corresponding to same manager, right? So which rows do I need out of these 4 as per the question?
Three rows.
Which rows?
Three.
Which 3?
Pooja, Ravi, Pooja, Isha, and Pooja
Yes,
Geeta.
we don't need where Pooja is matching with Pooja, correct? So technically what we are doing, we are matching, we are getting all the employees under the same manager. We are getting their rows, and we have to exclude those rows where employee name is same. So this is my first step. Is it clear? The first step? Yes or no? So I have to technically get these people. Where I'll get Pooja, Ravi, Pooja, Isha, Pooja, Geeta. Those things I will get. Similarly, for example, Ravi also, I will have rows repeated. If you see, this is Ravi, right? This is the row for Ravi. So for manager ID 1, I will have multiple rows. If you clearly notice, this is Ravi, right? And this will also match with all of them. So this Ravi person will match with this. Okay. Who else is one here, manager ID? So I took care of Ravi. I took care of Pooja. Anyone else? Isha is also there, right? So one row for Isha, so 4 rows for Isha will also come in. And I will have same matching. And I will have a row for this as well, Geeta. So if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and I will have 4. So if you notice, just for manager 1, we will be having these 16 rows in the table right now without excluding. Any doubt before I before I move ahead? Is this much clear that when we do a left join between table 1 and table 2, we will get 16 rows for manager 1? Guys, yes or no, please. No one is replying. I don't know if you guys are understanding or not.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, yes.
Right? And what do I want to exclude? I want to exclude those people where the names are same. So which names are same? This is same, right? I have to exclude them. So this is something I need to exclude from the table. What else do I need to exclude? Where Ravi is matching with Ravi, for example.
Isha also, and then Geeta also.
Yes,
Yeah, 4 rows.
4 rows. There will be total 4 rows
Yes.
where they will be matching. Okay, so I have to exclude them. This gone. Now this gone, and so 4 rows are gone. So
No,
eventually we need.
actually the 19th one
Sorry. Yes. Geeta should
and,
replace with Geeta, right?
and the 12th. I mean,
And the 12th. Yeah. This should be as it. Isha with Isha is this. So these 4 rows should get excluded. Agreed, everyone? So this is
Yes.
the first step, that I will do a left join with that table on manager ID. And what will I exclude? Where left name is not equal to
Similar to not equal to right name.
right name, right? So this is my first step. So
Yeah.
let's write down this query. Okay. So when I come here, I will say select. So let's call it even dot what's the name? Employee name, right? Employee underscore name. Okay. Let's call it employee 1. Okay. E2 dot employee underscore name as employee 2. Okay. From employee as even left join employee as E2. Okay. Is this much clear? Before I join. So on what variable should I join them? Tell me, is it left join or inner join? Guys, tell me, will this be left join or inner join? On even dot manager, sorry, even dot manager, we're matching on manager ID, right? Manager ID equal to E2 dot manager underscore ID. Tell me, will this be a left join or inner join?
Inner join.
Why not left join? Who thinks left join or and who thinks inner join? Okay, let's think logically. When I'm matching on manager ID, what will happen? Let's take this manager ID 1. If I'm doing an in left join, what will happen? Manager ID 1 will come. Will all other rows come, or will only manager ID will match with manager ID 1? What is my ultimate objective? What do I need? I need employees belonging to same manager. Okay. If you do a left join, what will happen? employee manager ID 1 के corresponding, let's say this is manager ID 2. Will this row come or not in left join for this row? Let's say this is my row. Okay. When I do a left join, so where manager ID is 1, will this come or not with it? I'm matching on these two, right? Why will it not come? Guys, you need to revise your concepts, please. This is very much, otherwise, how will you remember? So this thing will not come, which I agree. But what will happen? What is the definition of left join? Tell me. Definition of left join is inner join plus left exclusive. So will this match with this or not? Yes or no? In inner join, tell me. Will these two rows match or not? I'm asking, guys. Please, someone tell me.
No, it will not match.
It
It
will
will
not
not.
match.
But will this row come with a blank or not?
In left join, it will come blank.
It
Yeah,
will come
it
with a
comes
blank, right?
blank. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will have this information when I do a left join. I will have lot of rows where I in the left I have this and in the right I have blank.
That is not required, I guess.
And that is not required.
Because manager should have same.
Because here manager is 1, here manager is null. Blank basic. In blank, bolo, null, bolo, whatever you say. Right? But we only want those rows where manager should be same. Agreed?
Yes.
So which join should we do? Inner or left?
Inner join.
Please guys, isko please ratta mat maro. Tell me if you guys are understanding which join to do or not. If you do a left join, you will have additional rows which you don't need. That's why you will do an inner join, or you can simply write join. Okay? Make sense? Now, once I do this join, let's see the results. E2. Okay. I got this. Now, what is the problem with this data? Pooja is matching with Pooja. So what do I need to? I need to put another condition. What will be that condition?
Employee name should not be equal to
And
the employed.
E1. So EMP1, you can say E1 dot employee name should not be equal to E2 dot employee name. Got it? Now, once you run this, you will get these two people who are having who belong to same manager. Agreed?
Yes.
Okay. So this was my first task. What is my next task?
To get manager name.
I need to get manager name, right? So suppose you have this table. Let's say I take a manager ID as well from here. Let's say I get from E2 I get manager underscore ID. Okay. Now I need to get manager name for this ID. How were we getting the manager name so far? In the first question where we did uh, we had a table and we had to get manager name for an employee. How did we get that? Now think like this. We have the manager ID in this table, correct? Now if I merge I join this table once again with my employee table. Employee table contains manager ID. Can I get empl employee name from there, which will be my manager name?
Yes.
So what will I do?
Mm.
After joining these two, I will make another join with my employee table, which on manager ID. Okay. So how to do the third join? Once you have done this type of join, you will say, basically this is your data. Technically, this is your one data, right? Now you need to join, keep another join. So after this, you will write down another join. So you will say join, let's say join, and you will say, for example, which variable do you need from E3? We'll create an E3. E3 dot employee name, employee underscore name as manager underscore name. So left join. So I'll say I'll join this table employee as E3. Okay. On I can call any. I can say E1 dot manager ID or E2 dot manager ID. It remains same. It does not make any difference. I'll say, let's say E2 dot manager underscore ID is equal to E3 dot E3 dot what? Employee ID or
Employee
manager
ID.
ID?
Employee ID.
Yes. Employee underscore ID. Okay. Now once I run it, I will get this. So I got the table where I have for same manager, I have got the list of all the people who are under him, the pair of people. See, is this clear? Was this difficult or not? कॉन्सेप्ट ऐसे केवल कोड देखोगे तो बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग लगेगा, बट इफ यू ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड ब्रेक दिस लॉजिकली, like in the diagram that I explained, it will be easy for you guys.
But here, like, we are getting duplicate pairs, right?
We are getting duplicate pairs. Let me check.
Mm.
Just let me check. How duplicate pairs are there? See, one person can get repeated, but pairs are not getting repeated.
Can you scroll up? Just, see, there are like the third row has Pooja and Ravi, and the sixth one has Ravi and Pooja.
Sixth one has Ravi and Pooja. Yes, right,
Yeah.
right,
So
right.
Ravi and Geeta.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all.
Opposite way they are getting. So basically,
Yeah.
Pooja, Geeta, and Geeta, Pooja
Yes.
will also be there somewhere.
Yeah, for Geeta.
If you see for Pooja, Geeta, do I have Geeta, Pooja? Let's check it. Yeah, we have
Yeah.
Geeta, Pooja as well. How can we get rid of this?
So can we write like distinct?
If you write distinct, how will it happen? Distinct make as it will not work in distinct.
It will work on a single column, either employee one or employee two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to sort it horizontally.
How to sort horizontally?
As in, we'll have to use
Tell
case
me how to solve
condition.
this. Then let's have a break. Okay.
We'll use case condition here,
Okay.
and using case, like, we can have ascending, like, sort employee one as ascending and employee two as descending.
Okay.
And that way we can then deduplicate it like distinct.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Let's think a little bit, then let's have a break.
What if we concatenate employee 1 and employee 2 and
Okay.
then match it?
But if you concatenate Puja Geeta and Geeta
Mhm.
Puja, they'll be different, right?
No. Employee 1 concatenated with employee 2 and then 2 with 1. And then we
One with
can,
two, Puja Geeta. Then
hmm, then 2 plus 1, like, and then we can match it. If they are matching, then we can exclude that, those
no, but
rows.
Puja Geeta and Geeta Puja will be different, right? How will they match if they are doing concatenating? I'm not getting it.
Okay.
One condition you can do is while you are joining these, right? When you are, for example, when you are inner joining these two in this condition, okay, you can put another condition that and even dot employee name is less than e2 dot employee name. What does it do? It alphabetically checks, because either Puja will be greater or Geeta will be greater alphabetically, right? So one of them will be removed. That's what happens. So now if you do, you don't have those repetitions. Is it clear? Is this part clear to everyone? Why did this work? So basically, if you see P and R, right? So it will compare alphabetically. So P and R, which one is greater? P or R? P, Q, R. R is greater. So R will, something like that will come. Okay. So here R is greater. So uh, whichever name is greater, you'll see. So earlier we had 40. If you see, now we had 20 rows. Earlier we had 40 rows. So now the moment I put this condition, it will give me 20 rows. Is it clear? Technically ऐसे है ना, A B, so we have Geeta and Puja, right? Puja, and we have Puja and Geeta. So whatever condition, does not matter मैं ये put करूं या ये put करूं, it does not matter. In one case, for example, P is always, Puja is greater than Geeta, right? So if I do this, right, so one of the condition will fail. This condition will fail here. So this will get, this row will get eliminated, right? Or if I put this condition, one of this will fail, right? So the bottom will fail and it will be eliminated. So that's how you will eliminate the duplicates. Okay, guys. So this is the query. Let's have a break. Okay. Let's have a 10-minute break. Then we will continue after that. I know this is a little tricky to visualize, but the more you practice, again, as I say, start solving things using Excel. I always solve using Excel. Now that it has, now that I understand, so I don't do, but earlier, if you try to compare matching row by row in Excel, right, then you will be able to relate the logic very quickly. So for some time, it will take, initially it will take some time, but eventually you will grow the confidence. This
So
set
when
is,
you were
yeah.
so when you were learning at that learning phase, you did like first in Excel and then prepare the logic and
I
then
mean, difficult questions I did in Excel, like the simple ones, I didn't need to. Like those who
no,
could,
it's true. Like it's difficult to get the logic. I mean,
yeah. So
have to take
logic
some
will
time.
get clear only by visualizing something. So
And when you make me like makes us understand at that time it gets clear. But if we try by own, then
it gets
it's
clear
not.
not because of me, it gets clear because you're seeing these tables. Now you're easily saying which
Yeah.
will match, which will match, right? So try to solve you. I mean, that works for me. It has always worked for me. So
Yeah. Yes.
otherwise, just looking at this question, it is very difficult to write this query, to be honest. I mean, you cannot visualize all this just by writing this. You need to do. There are three joints involved in this table, right? In this question. So how to visualize that? That becomes important. There's a 10-minute break going on right now. So there are these we did 5. So 6 and 7 are your homework. You need to submit. 7th is a very, very good question. Create a chain of reporting while listing. Solve this question by using this Excel tables that I created, right? The 7 is a very good question. I am not covering right now because I want you to think. Otherwise, it will be just like spoon feeding. I explained you question number 5th because it was also a good question. It involved 3 joints, right? And so now try, on same logic, takes question number 6 and 7 as your homework and submit me. 6th is easy. Main is question number 7th. Okay. I'm not discussing in this class because I have to cover the topic, but do that as a homework and then let me know how it goes. Anyone who is feeling overwhelming, that like what the hell is going on, or things are under control? Just wanted to know. Okay, what happened? Tell me.
As in till joins, if we have to use like combination of SQL queries, like so at that point I get confused, like using
Combination of
windows and
SQL queries,
joins,
combination of SQL queries as in?
as in combination of SQL queries, like combination of logics, like if suppose if I have to use joins and windows function together, and
Yeah. See, again, as I mentioned, the, uh, in this classes, I only explained you what are joins window functions, right? If you have to master them, uh, now from this level, you know this. So now you cannot give an excuse moving ahead that I don't know joins, I don't know window functions, right? Like whoever has attended the classes. Now it purely comes now. The difference will start coming on people who practice, or people who have more brain, or people who think very smartly. They will start becoming better, and people who just rely on whatever I have taught, okay, their level will only remain up to that level. Okay, so through classes I have, suppose you, let's say out of 100 you were at level 20 before the session, before the course started. Now I helped you to come at least 50, right? The remaining 50 you have to travel alone yourself. Now simply, it totally depends upon that person, that for example, it is overwhelming, no doubt about that, right? Even sometimes I get confused, that even that, okay, what to get from where. It's totally fine. Thing is, you need to trust first of all that I can solve it. First of all, you need to have the trust. If you start thinking that no, I cannot do it, you will automatically break. Second, don't start writing query. As I mentioned, uh, I'm sharing my personal experience. Start using Excel or any other thing, right? That start breaking questions. If you notice the way I solve questions, I always break question in 2 to 3 steps, right? And solve step by step. So those things will come handy there. So till now, I have explained you these concepts are there. Now, people who practice more, who give more time, give more efforts, who try to come out of this comfort zone will definitely learn. Like in 2 months of time, they will. I have taught. Now they will practice. If they practice, they will see significant rise. People who just get overwhelmed and they just stop solving problems, of course their level will be there, but they will only be able to solve basic to medium questions. If you want to solve difficult questions, uh, this is the right time that you have understood the concepts. Keep trying. I mean, that's the only that there's no other method. So on website there are questions you can explore from somewhere else as well. uh, concept wise you are clear. The only thing is logic wise, how you bring multiple concepts in the same question. कि एक ही क्वेश्चन में ज्वाइन भी लग रहा है, सेल्फ ज्वाइन भी लग रहा है, फिर फिल्टरिंग भी लग रही है, देन सपोज सब क्वेरी भी लग गई, राइट? So how do you determine the best method to do that? I'm telling you is breaking using the Excel that I taught you. Don't worry about timing and all that. That okay, I have to solve in 5 minutes. Forget that. पहले हमें solve करना है, right? Even if you're taking 30 minutes, 40 minutes, it's fine. So do that way, it will help you. That's what I can recommend.
When the start timing gets, this 30 minutes, not able to even have that much patience, starting panicking,
आजकल
and
patience
googling
की
here and
problem
there, and
है.
then
The
that patience has been lost.
the biggest problem nowadays is that 5 मिनट या 2 मिनट के अंदर नहीं होता solve, तो we decide कि नहीं होगा, right? We have a what happens. So let me tell you what happens, that if we have solved a question earlier and if we have seen that question earlier, then we
Logic आ जाता है कोई ना।
immediately go. अगर हमें immediately crack कर गया फर्स्ट मिनट में तो हम solve कर देते हैं, but अगर हमें फर्स्ट मिनट में crack नहीं करता, then we just start feeling, oh my god, I don't know SQL, my god, that tutor was useless and something, right? So to come out of the comfort zone is this only, that how you solve the problems which you cannot. That is the whole different thing. Because in interviews, forget about interviews, in real life as well, like wherever, whatever type of role work you do, all right, you will get those scenarios that you have not worked upon. So again, try to solve question, think this way, that you have to teach to someone, right? It helps a lot. So that's what I can recommend. I'm not saying you guys are.
Eventually, it's more of a practice as one who can
It's
do
not
practice.
only practice; it's practicing in the right way. I can tell you, people. What do you
What
think?
do you mean
So,
by right?
a lot of people might solve 500 questions. And a lot of people they solve only 10 to 15 questions. 10 to 15 question people, they outperform people with 500 questions, right? It's not only solving the question; it's about solving in the right manner.
So
Right.
what did they do that they outperform
The day
just
is
because
simple.
they
For example, if you're only solving those questions which you know and which you're comfortable with, which you feel good, okay, basic join laga ke ho gaya. Oh my god, I have solved 200 questions. That is not going to
doesn't
help.
make any sense.
That does not make any sense,
All
right?
types of questions and
You
with
have
logic.
to solve questions which are difficult, which are hard. Okay. In the course alone, I cannot teach all the questions, right? Those things you have to explore yourself. Of course, I mean, I can help you with the solution, but you need to put your brain first. That how will it happen?
And
So
that logical thinking, and the thinking capability, like for every question. First, when we read the question for 10 minutes, we do not able to understand that what the exactly
I'm
question is.
telling you, I
After
told
some time, it starts
yeah,
getting logics.
yeah.
Okay,
I
go ahead.
told in the few minute classes that whenever you solve the question, first thing whether it is a summary question, whether it is a
Filter based. I
filter.
mean,
How many of you think that before solving question? No one. I'm telling you, right? No one think that way. Second, how many of you when we create joins, I ask you left join, right join, people just start randomly giving left join. Then when I say them no inner join होगा, फिर वो कहते inner join होगा, फिर मैं कहता हूँ नहीं right join होगा, फिर वो कहते right join होगा. तो वो why is that happening?
visualize नहीं कर पाते and then
Visualize नहीं
people.
कर पाए, right? You need to visualize that, okay, manager ID is matching with manager ID. So what all information? Remember, we spent 3 hours on discussing null matching, non-null matching, everything, right? You need to bring those concepts here. So it's just that I have taught you few things. How to bring them together, it's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, of course, I can help you in that, but you first need to attempt, start thinking, because in interviews I cannot change your thinking process. There are two ways: either you practice yourself with 2000 questions, right? The problem with that is, okay, you will practice 2000 questions today, right? But what after 6 months? After 6 months you will forget most of the questions, so then you will not be able to answer. Then you will say, oh, my SQL is not good. It's better, rather than solving 2000 or 5000 questions, solve 100 questions only, right? But in the right manner. Why I have given 500 questions is that first lot of questions are pretty straightforward or medium, just to clear your concepts, and around 200 questions are the difficult, medium, or like they're the difficult ones where you need to put something in. So if you solve them over the next 3-4 months, right, and just and even if you're able to build the approach gradually, it will significantly improve your SQL coding, right? So that's all I can say. So no need to feel overwhelming. It is fine. It is very, everyone feels at this stage. Even I feel overwhelming. So it's not you are the only person who is feeling overwhelming. It is very much possible. मैं एक जॉइंट्स पढ़ा के मैं आपको बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन दे दूंगा. अभी मैंने 3 जॉइंट्स का दिया है. मैं 8 जॉइंट का क्वेश्चन दे दूंगा, फिर तो पूरा समझ में नहीं आएगा कहाँ से क्या जा रहा है. बट if you can create that flow, it will help you a lot. That's what I can recommend. Let's wait for 3 more minutes, then we will start the session.
In the last class, Satvik, there was a concern now wherein when we were swapping the board mass rule, it was not coming up. Did you find out the reason? Like, because I was not able to know.
It was a question, right? I will check it. Sorry, I forgot to check. I will check it out today. Just please remind me. Actually, I forgot. I was not able to check it.
Okay.
If possible, just put it on group, right? I will check it after the class.
Okay. Okay.
So, as I mentioned, yeah, please.
Hello, Satvik. Can you take a class of doubt where you a doubt, not a doubt, but a type of revision where you can give us a scenarios of using row numbers, tens rank, and joins.
The questions are there, right? You want me to explain the method?
No. I mean, like you asked just yesterday class, like top three transaction, top three people with the highest transaction. That type of questions, because
Sure.
I'm not able to means I'm not able to guess. If more questions I will get that, so I can implement
Sure, I
all.
will take a class, or maybe, yeah, I will conduct something like that.
Yes, because now it's becoming difficult, like joins and windows, little quite difficult, and it's very difficult to find in data science website also. I mean,
I
I'm
know
trying to.
since questions are a little difficult, it's fine. As I mentioned, your SQL journey will actually start from here. Right now, I was just we were doing the basic stuff, right? So if you have to, the more you practice, you have to struggle a lot in next 3-4 months. I'm being very honest, all right? So
I mean,
don't.
yes, I was trying to. I mean, after watching your videos, I have watched 2 times that lecture number 12, and I was looking for the questions like where you ask like that questions, top three, top, and I searched a lot in there. I mean, 6, 7 videos. Only they are explaining, just giving a video of definition of the row number, dense rank, and all I have. I can say that कि मुझे याद ही हो गया है. I mean, वो तो मुझे बिल्कुल ही मतलब आई मीन ऑल द डेफिनेशंस आई कैन नाउ कैन नो आई एम नोड इवन कि आप नींद में भी पूछ लोगे ना रो नंबर डेंस रैंक एंड मुझे पता है
The problem कहाँ पे आ रही
जैसे
है?
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि मतलब कहाँ पे यूज करना है आई मीन टॉप थ्री वो पता करना है कि मतलब जैसे अगर क्वेश्चन दे दे टॉप 3 वाला है तो इसमें डेंस रैंक है या रोल नंबर है, क्या यूज करना है,
Okay,
ये प्रॉब्लम है।
sure. I will conduct another session on that. I will conduct. Don't worry. Or I'll
ओके,
bring a case study. उसमें solve discuss कर लेंगे that how to use ranks efficiently. Okay.
थैंक यू।
Yeah.
एंड वन मोर सजेशन कि नाउ ब्रिंक अपडेट लाइक कि टॉपिक वाइज है ना सर्चिंग इन डेटा साइंस
Yeah,
वेबसाइट।
that is
आई
getting
मीन
uploaded. Yeah, a topic wise, it's not updated properly. It's
ये
getting uploaded. It
आई
will.
मीन मैं
Yeah.
yes because right now I don't I am a beginner, just I can say that
Yes. Yes.
I don't know the S of the SQL before this class. Now I am getting it, but it's very difficult for me searching a
What I will
right question.
recommend for data science website, start solving from question number 1 onwards. In that, up to 500 questions, things are in increasing order. Okay, in the way I have taught this course. After
Yeah,
500, from 501 onwards, there will be random questions that everything can come from anywhere. Okay, so I will add these filters properly so that you can filter them out. But for example, let's say for first these 500 question, I'll recommend to I will give you pointers that, for example, join start from 201 question, uh, window function starts from 350. Okay, and more ranking questions will be there till between 400 and 500. You will find them, but I will put
yeah.
proper filters. Don't worry. Yeah.
Because I was just want to revise a subquery and you said 100. It was not there. Actually, it start from 70th to
Okay. Okay. I will update that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys. So let's begin. So we have approximately 1 hour. Okay. So we discussed self-join. Question number 7 is your homework. Now let's understand two more joins. They are not that difficult, and they are like pretty basic, but still, we should know them. So take this case two, right, and just create the tables in your system, courses. So this is the table that is present there, right? Uh, Select star from courses, and we have students. So please create the table. So now we are going to study cross join. How many of you know cross join? So this is students, and sorry, this is courses, and let's do select star from students. So this is course ID, name, and department, and from students, student ID, student name, and years of study. Course ID. So this is ID, this is name, this is department. So this is one table, and second table will be this. If you have seen, this student table will be there. Student ID, student name, and years of study. So student ID. name okay. So let's read. There is a question. Let's say create a list of all possible pairings of courses and students, regardless of departments. So if you see this, what we have to do, suppose we have a course table and we have a student table. I want to create a combination of, so far we studied like left join, right join, there is some condition, filtering, everything. There is a type of join which does not filter anything, which gives you all the possible combinations. So this is called cross join. Okay, cross join. Cross join, or it is also called a Cartesian product, like who have studied like maths, and there's a term you would have studied, Cartesian product, right? So what happens in cross join, that these two tables may not have the same, if you see, they do not have the same column. This is a course ID and this is student ID. The variables are entirely different. Okay, but still you want to join them and populate them. So or suppose even if the variables are common there, you don't want to put a filter. You want that, okay, this should match with all of the rows, this should match with all of the rows. So this is called a cross join, in which what happens, each row, for example this row will come, it will match with all of the rows. Okay, so because there is no joining condition, we are just creating a combination and it will join. So what will happen? So this is the row. Similarly, for Python programming also, all the possible combinations will get created. Business BI also, everything. So for cross join, let's say if this table has 5 rows, this table has 5 rows. So the total rows in cross join will be 25. Okay. Is it clear? The definition of cross join. So cross join just means that you take the two tables, you join them, all the possible combination of rows will come in. And you don't need to write down any condition of joining, because there is no, you're not filtering anything. You will just get everything. So let me show you how to write a cross join here. You will say, suppose we have two tables, right? We had courses and students, right? So how do you write a cross join? Just a second. Okay, so what you will do, you will say select a dot star comma b dot star, right? Sorry, uh, a dot star comma b dot star from courses as a. We used to write down this left join earlier, left join, inner join, right? So instead of this, we will write down cross join, cross join, and then we will write down the other table. Let's say students as B. Here you do not need to give any condition on, because as I mentioned, you are not filtering anything. You are just taking all the possible rows. Now when you do a cross join C, you will have 25 rows. You will get all the combination. C. Okay, is it clear that how is it working? The logic of cross join. So let's try to solve this question. Let me tell
Cross
you.
join is pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. Yes, it's not overwhelming. So let's say the question says create a list of all possible pairings of courses and students, regardless of department or state. So what we need courses, name, and students, right? So what will I do? From table 1, I will take course name. So a dot course underscore name, and from B I need a student name. I will say B dot student underscore name. I have not been given any filter, right? So I will simply run a cross join. course name. So see, I got all the combination. Like for Rohan can take 5 of the courses. Ananya can take 5 of all 5 courses. Vikas also can take all the 5 courses, right? So this is called cross join. Now let's look at the second question which was present there. List all the courses that can be taken by first year students. Include the student name and course name. So you want all the courses that can be taken by the first year students. So what you will do, if you see in the course table, you have a year 1, 2, 3, 4. So you just need
Filter by year where
this
year
filter by
equal to
year.
1.
So you will say where from students where. So b dot what's the variable for year? Let me just cross check. Year of study. So I will say year of study, year underscore of underscore study equal to 1. So you will get only those rows. Okay. That's it about the cross join. This is something you should know. That's it, because it is not very often used. It is used, for example, where you have to create pairs, like the question that we did in the previous before break, right? Where you have to create pairs and then you have to put some filtering. So their cross join is helpful. So you can use it there. Okay. So that's all about cross join that you need to know. Anyone, any doubt before I move to natural join? Okay, let's study natural join now. Natural join is not very much asked, but still you should know. I'm just letting you know because it is there. It is not very much asked, but still. So there is this table students. So let me create this students. I'll now call it students 1, or let's call it student. Uh, age students 1. Age of relation students does not column age. What is this column? What is the age of relation student? Okay, this is set of students 1. Okay, so this is my first table. Select star from students 1. This is my one table, and I'll get another table that is enrollments. So select star from enrollments and select star from students 1. Okay, enrollment. Now let's try to understand. This is a very it's an interesting type of join. It has 2 conditions. So let me create. Please create this table in your system. Meanwhile, I'm just creating that in Excel. So this is student ID, course name, and semester. So student ID, course name, and semester. This is one column. And the second is enrollments. Sorry, students. Student ID, student name, age, and major. Okay. Student ID. This is SID, name, age, and let's say major. Okay. So let's understand what is it. Natural join has two conditions. Okay. It says that, so till now what you do when you do a left join or an inner join, what do you do? What are the major things that you do in a join? Can someone tell me? That first of all you select the variables, and then you provide on what variable are you actually basically joining the tables, right? You need to provide. If you don't provide the column name, what will happen?
Tables will not join.
Right? For example, these are two tables. If you don't provide, if I'm doing a left join, if I don't do provide that where a.sid equal to b.sid, it will give me an error. Natural join, what it does two things. So there are two versions of natural join. You just give them table name, table A and table B. It will automatically decide based on the column name that which two column names are matching, and it will run an inner join. So what it will do, for example, when you give two tables, it will check, like let's say this is SID. It will look for SID column in this table as well. If it finds SID, then it will do an inner join. Otherwise, it will do a cross join. Okay, so in what comes in natural join, you don't need to give that condition on a dot something. It automatically determines based on the column name. If there is, for example, this is SID and this is SID1, even if both represent student ID, it will not understand, and it will simply do a cross join and return you the results. Okay.
Meaning
So
you mean to say that if the column names doesn't match, so it will do cross join. If it is
yes,
matched, then inner join.
yes, that is a definition of your cross join. So it is not a very efficient
Natural
join.
join.
Yeah, sorry, natural join. Yeah, so it is not a very efficient join because it assumes that your table should have the same variable name, but lot of times variables are different in names, right? So that's why it is not very much used. People use left join, but this exists. Someone can ask you in interview maybe, but that's why I'm telling you. But you should know. Let's try to see how it runs. Okay, we'll try to see it's both of the scenarios when column names are same, when column names are not same. Okay, so let's go to this. We have right now, if you see, we have student underscore ID, and we have in this, and we have here student underscore ID. So both the tables have the same variable name, student underscore ID. So if I do a natural join on them, what it will do, I will say select star from, let's say, students one, natural join enrollments. Okay, that's it. When I run this, it will give me what it did. It took student ID basically as the matching key, and it matched all the result based on that. Okay, so if I see, let's see this student ID 12345 12345. Now let me change this data little bit. For example, we have students table, right? So let me create a table students 2. here. So let's say student ID is 101, for example. Let's say 340 and let's say 51. Okay. Let's change the table. Okay. Now, if you change this from student 1 to, let's say, the table that I created, there are only 3 matching. If you see 1 and 3, there should only be how many rows?
2 rows.
2, because only these IDs are not present in enrollment. 101, 40, and 51. So if I run this natural join right now, it will give me 2 rows only, 1 and 3, which are matching. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now let's understand one more scenario when let's say the values are okay, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, but the column name is different. Let's say we had student ID. Let's change this to SID. Okay. So in my course, in my student table, the variable name is SID. In my enrollment table, the variable name is student ID. So the variable names are different, right? So what will happen? It will create a cross join. So now once I do this, student 1. Okay. So how many rows were there in student 1? 5. And how many rows were there in enrollment? 5. So how many rows will come after this?
25.
25, right? So I am getting 25 rows. This is what natural join does. Because SID and student ID, these names are different. All right. So it is doing a cross join. If you properly see this, it is doing a cross join. So that's about the natural join and cross join. If someone has any doubt, let me know.
बाकी like other tables में like when we perform left join right join, तब
Yes.
अगर column names match नहीं हुए तो
It will not give any result, right? Suppose you are
है ना?
doing
Okay.
if you're doing an inner join, if the column name do not match,
Match.
no,
But
so
data
the
type is
column name
matching.
does not matter. They match the value, right? What you do,
Exactly.
you say A.ai student ID equal to B.sid. So it does not match with column heading. It matches with the value of the column.
Value. So
Right.
right join, left join will work, no? If data type is matching.
Yeah. If data type matching, right join, left join, there is no problem.
Anything will work. Yes.
The problem with natural join, it does with the column name. It does not work with the does not directly
Data
look at the
value.
value. That's why it does different things. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So yes. So there, so we discussed left join, right join, inner join, left, inner, right, outer join. 4 joins were discussed. Then today we discussed self join. Self join is a kind of left inner join. There's just an additional name is given. Then cross join, then natural join. Okay. Cross join and natural join you can skip. I mean, they are very rarely asked. Self join is very, very important. Joining a table with itself along with other 4 joins which we did. So most of the common joins basically left, inner, and this one self join. These 3 are mostly tested in anywhere. Okay. So that's it with the joins. So with this we finish the topic of joins. There is a small topic I will take up today, which I was not able to earlier. I'll wrap it up in quick time. But if anyone has any doubt regarding joins, let me know. So we are done with joins. We are done with window functions. I mean, theoretically we are done. I know that these are not yet done, but yeah, theoretically we are done with them. Anyone, any doubt?
I have one question. Coming to the joins, the real-time data, right? In the project.
Yes.
How to? I mean, we can understand the logic of which join we can use, but sometimes the trial and error method also we have to understand what table we have to get at the end, right? The left join, right join. Sometimes it gives the data which we don't want it. There will be huge columns or what are the data. So that time, how can we actually understand which is the correct join and how does, what exactly table we
I didn't get
wanted.
your question properly, actually. Can you repeat once again?
Uh, so in the real time projects, we'll get to know which join we want to use, but while suppose I want to use a left join, I'm using it, but the exact output which I wanted for the data that to be connected to any dashboard, Tableau dashboard, or whatever it is.
Okay.
But I see error in that, and I have to do the trial and error method. The data columns are coming extra. The data is not matching. During that time, how can we self-analyze and rectify
I
that?
mean,
And
there is a very straightforward approach for that. For example, let's discuss that part. Okay. Whenever you write down a join query, let's take a two. So you do a select statement. You do some selection here, right?
yeah,
For example, A comma B comma C comma D, whatever. From this is your table A. Left. Let's assume this is left join, and then it is table B, and then this is on statement, right? Let's say A dot id equal to B dot id, and then you will have where condition. Then we same like where will be there, then it will be group by, then there will be having, will be order by, right? These things will be there. But so two things. First of all, the condition, you need to determine which type of join you have to use, right? As you mentioned, you are aware most of the time that which join you want to use. Again, I have told you the logic as well to determine. The problem comes which variable to choose and which join. Otherwise, the rest part like till I taught you joins, you guys were cruising very good, right? The moment I introduced joins or other things, you started facing difficulty. So the problem comes in deciding which type of join to do and which variables to pull. Agreed? Is this the question or something else?
yeah, that's a question. But sometimes, in the real time, when we join so for example, we did the left join, we got on the columns, but it may mess up the data, right? The cross joining or whatever we do other than this left join.
Why will it mess up the data if you have joined correctly?
I don't
Can you
know.
give me an example? I mean, if you can give an example.
I don't have exact example. Recently, I had conversation with my colleague, and I was asking about the joins and all. He told we may choose a join, but so I exact in the real time. For example, we have lots of tables, and we want to get a particular view and all. So
see how it works. Even I have worked on dashboards and all that. What happens that suppose you have
yeah,
created a
that's
dashboard, right? Dashboard
yeah.
accepts a certain type of it's a the dashboard has only 11 columns, for example, right?
Okay.
Let's say the dashboard is created on a data with 11 columns.
Yeah.
And what you cannot change in that, remember, you cannot change those 11 columns or their names. The moment you change the column names or you bring a new variable, your dashboard will crash. Correct?
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
this very commonly happens. Now problem that is that we keep on exploring that, okay, let's try this data, let's try to bring in this table, let's try to,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
we have to make sure that this output, which input of the dashboard, should always match with the select statement what we are getting. Whatever in the sense, whatever testing trial, hit and trial you have to do, you can keep on doing here. Okay, but your this thing should never change if you're, especially if you're working for dashboards or Power BI, Tableau, or any other type of dashboard, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happens that we interfere with this one. Now what happens, the dashboard expects 11 columns, you are giving let's say 10, then it will break. But if your output contains the same column names which dashboard is expecting, then you will never have a problem. So you always have to check this part first.
Okay, the columns which are selecting in the
the column which you're putting in select statement, they should exactly match with this. Otherwise, this will not make any difference.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because whatever output you are taking, for example, from that query, right? It should let's say I had this data which was going into my dashboard, right? For example, this data was going into my dashboard. It was getting created based on these three columns. Now, the moment I introduce a fourth column because I was doing some analysis, I brought a new column. My dashboard will not be able to cater that. Okay, this is a new column. It can crash. It cannot crash depending upon the scenario. So this is the thumb rule. That's nothing else. It's no rocket science. It's just that you have to ensure your output of your SQL query should match with the input of the Power BI report or any kind of dashboard that you're using.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
And do
So
we use these self-join of questions in real time? I mean, when we are working on, in like
in
enterprise level
companies, you
data.
will see like 6 to 10 joins in queries. When you create dashboards and all that, you will see like 8 to
No,
10 joins.
not dashboards. I'm saying like this kind of queries. Like these are the employees kind of table, like hierarchy and all. So
Yes.
let's suppose I'm not working for employee data or HR data something. So
Yeah.
I mean, it depends totally on industry, projects, and data, no?
Depends upon industry, but logic remains same. Whatever logic we have covered, logic remains same. For example, let's say I taught employee manager, right? You can get, for example, there's a data of, let's say I'm talking about a website, a ClickSense data, ClickSense, the web stream data of the website. So, for example, a customer is purchasing product. So, customer clicks are there, and then there are customer purchases. Suppose someone asks how many purchases, but what is the percentage of purchases done by the same click, something like that. It will follow the same step that we did
Same
earlier.
logic, because that in the same table it is
Yeah,
lying. So
because for
apply
same
that logic.
click, for different click, there can be same purchase, something like that. I mean, the that combination relation you can create. Similarly, transaction data, right? That credit card transaction, or you can take care of health data. The logic remains same. That's why we use those examples, because they are easy to explain. If I show you a clickstream data right now, you will get confused with the data only, right? So that's why I use a
Yeah, yeah.
simple example, but the logic will remain same. It will
Same.
never be a new logic. Okay. Yeah. Anyone, any other doubt? So these things, like you just apply these concepts at your work, apply to the practice questions. You will master these concepts across all the type of case studies, because on the website I have given enough types of case study. Like there is, after every 10 question you'll see a new type of case study. So it involves every type of industry, be it for example clickstream or healthcare or something. This data is of Uber delivery, right? So how, if you go work for some Uber type of company, right, there you can see this type of data. Then this is some I think this is related to space missions and all that. Similarly, you can see a crop yield. So there are, like, I have to put data across all the type of industries which are possible. But again, once you practice across 3 to 4 type of industries, it will be good, more than enough. I mean, you don't need to know every industry. So yeah. Because I mean, the SQL remains SQL, does not matter which industry you're doing. So okay, anyone, any other doubt before we move to the last part of the session? Okay, so just one last part is pending. It is not related to join, it is related to the data creation part, which I missed when we were working at the start. It is, suppose you have been given this data. You don't need to solve these questions. I will show you how to do these questions. Right now, what happens whenever you run a SQL query, it never never changes your data in the backend. It creates a new view of that data. Is it right? For example, I have this table products. Okay. Let's say, okay, products already exist. So let's call this select star from products. This is the table. Now, suppose you run a query, let's say, where price is greater than 5,000. Will this query change the original data?
No.
Yes. Yes or no? Tell me.
No, we are just fetching the
No.
result which were the
You are fetching.
5,000.
So remember, there are 2 type of statements. If you have studied, there is data definition language and there are data manipulation language, right? So data
Yes.
definition language is what we read when we are creating these tables. This is called data definition, that you define and insert. And then there are some data manipulation languages where you update your data. Okay. Suppose you want to update your base table. How can you do that? You cannot update your base table through these methods. So you need a command which is called update. So I will show you how to update the data in various ways, and that will be the last topic for today. So there are 7 to 8 scenarios I mentioned in that document. Let me go through them one by one. If you don't understand, you can ask me. So the first is, let's take this question first of all. So I'll say question 1. You can read the question. You have the booklet with you, right? So it says that the price of the laptop. So if you see, where is laptop? The price of the laptop. So there's a product name called laptop, needs to be increased by 10% due to rising costs. Write a SQL query to update the price of this product. Okay. So basically they are saying that in this data, I have to change the price. It is 50,000 right now. I need to increase by 10%. So it means I need to make it 5,500. Okay. So how will I do this? So there is a command called update. So first of all, what you need to mention, you need to write update table name. So what is my table name? Products. Okay. Now suppose you are defining a new variable or you are updating a new variable. What you need to do, you'll use a word called as set. This means set, and which variable am I changing?
Price.
I'll say price. And what is the condition of price?
10% of original price.
So what does how can you write it down?
5,000 plus 500.
No, you don't know what is 10%, right? It could have been some other value. How will you make it 10% always? So you will say
price plus price plus 10%.
Okay. You'll multiply the price, this variable, by 10. But this will multiply for everything. I only want for laptop. So what will I do?
Where equal product name equal to laptop.
Where product underscore name equal to laptop. Okay. That's it. Now when I run this query, does not its products. Okay, now let's test the statement. Select star from products. Let's see what comes. So see, laptop price has been increased to 5,500. Is it clear? So there is one, what you need to remember now is update table name has to be always there. Okay, so this whenever you are updating a table, this update command needs to be there. Set is used if you're changing, if you're adding a new variable, or if you are basically changing something, right? So you use set for that. After that, things remain same, just like we used to do earlier. Any doubt, anyone? Before I move to the next question. Okay.
No.
Let's do the question number 2. So question number 2 says there are different type of update things which I'm teaching you. So this is more than enough. Like you won't be asked beyond this. Generally, you're not asked to update the table, but still, I mean, still you should know that how it is to update it. The furniture category has been restocked, and 10 additional units need to be added to all the products in this category. So if you see, there's a category called furniture. What I need to do? Tell me. 10 additional units. So for both this furniture, I had 50 and 20. I need to add 10 units.
Stock plus 10.
So how will I do? Can you guys tell me? I will write the query. Just tell me.
Update product set stock equal to stock plus 10, where category equal to furniture.
So I will say update products. First of all, I need to update my table. right? Set, what I need to do? Stock, what I'm doing with stock, tell me.
You just adding 10 additional units in the stock.
So stock equal to stock
2 plus 10.
plus 10. And what any other condition?
Furniture.
Where category equal to furniture. That's it. Now let's test it out. I will run select start from products. So for furniture, you see I have increased by 10, 60, 30. Earlier it was 50, 20. Now they have increased. So this is how you update your table. Let's look at few more questions so that it has totally gone in your mind. Update the last updated column for all the product to reflect today's date. If you see, there is last updated. There are different dates. What are they asking? They're asking update the last column to reflect. So basically, I want that today's date. For example, what is today's date? January 12. Okay.
Current date.
So what will I do, guys? Tell me. Write down in. Please write down in chat box, everyone. Just basic write down. I mean, they're just 3 lines of code. Write down what will I do based on whatever we have done so far.
So it's simple only, na? I mean, update product set
Yes,
last
please
update.
write it down. That's what I'm saying. Please write it down. What should I write for this, guys? Please write down in chat box.
Are you checking that everyone is not slept?
I think people have slept because no one has typed in. Guys, ये तो बहुत easy है यार. ये तो सबका reply आना चाहिए था. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Then why are you not visible? Your answers are not visible to me. Guys, next week से फिर एक ही क्लास करते हैं. 2 क्लास फिर overwhelming हो जाती है, as you guys said. Okay. No one wants to answer. Sleepy now. Okay, ठीक है. I will just take 5-10 minutes more. Okay. ये do that as assignment then. Okay. Queries सारी same है. There is no nothing new in them. I'm just telling you can simply update. So you'll say update products. So what will you do? Set last underscore updated equal to
Current date.
current date. ठीक है. मैं अभी और परेशान नहीं करता हूँ. Do that as homework. It's all same question only. There is nothing new in them. So just different conditions. Okay. So that's it. Like these 6 you can take as homework. These are similar, just different scenarios. If you see apply 20% discount, something is given. So try them as homework. I don't want to like push you guys to a lot. So that's all for today's class. All right, we complete joins. We complete update commands, which I didn't teach you earlier. I mean, but it's simple only. That's why I didn't cover earlier. So yeah. If you guys want, shall we have only 1 class from next week instead of 2? Because we have covered most of the things, and it seems you guys are feeling like too
नहीं
much.
मतलब प्रैक्टिस करवा दो. आप क्लास 2 ले लो, एक में प्रैक्टिस करवा दो पूरा.
प्रैक्टिस में कितनी करा दूं?
मतलब ये वाले क्वेश्चंस ना जिसमें जॉइंस और विंडोज फंक्शन के हमने कुछ भी नहीं किया हमने उसका विंडोज फंक्शन का.
यस सर.
और वो
तो मैं
थोड़ा
एक क्लास ले लूंगा जिसमें विंडो फंक्शन प्रैक्टिस करा दूंगा. ठीक है.
And somewhere वहाँ जहाँ पे दोनों चीज यूज हो रही हो, like joins and windows function,
Yeah,
वहाँ पे वो
yeah.
कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं वहाँ पे सॉल्व करने के लिए.
नेक्स्ट
And
क्लास
सब
में
क्वेरी वाले सर.
यार देखो मैं सब कुछ प्रैक्टिस तो नहीं करा पाऊंगा, ठीक है, बट विंडोज और क्या कहते हैं
Delays.
मिक्स का
Joins.
combination, I'll get something. Okay,
Oh,
so we'll
and
practice that in one of the session. Anything else?
Satvik, can we have any like note session for the website questions?
Sorry,
For the website questions. So
what do you
I
what do
mean
you want?
doubt section for the
Doubt
website.
session for website depends upon how many doubts you have. Like I cannot take hundreds of questions, but yeah, I mean doubt session. See, if you ask me on group, I will provide you the answer, right? Because I have those answers written. If you want me to properly explain everything for every question, it's not possible. But yeah, I can choose the selected questions and then we can have doubt on them.
Okay. Yeah. If anyone has doubts, like we can also include that in the same class as well, right?
Right, we can do. See, after this, one class for CT is remaining, one class for performance tuning is remaining, one class for art of solving SQL problem was remaining. Yes, three classes are remaining, and let's add one more doubt session, right? Practice session, or so four classes technically, 2 more weeks, right? That's all I think is remaining from my end. Uh, see, practice, I can do like. I can help you practice few questions, but let's say मैंने एक class में करा दिया, how will it help you? Like there are so many questions. Do you think one session will help you?
No.
Actually, when you solve few question in the class where group Y having clause was used, उसके बाद काफी help हुई थी like solve
Okay.
करने में questions.
So I will do a session. Let's do a session on how to practice these questions. Then based on that, you guys can carry over, right? See, anyways, I'm recording solution for all of the website questions. I have. It's not that I am not giving. I'm already recording those solutions. But let's keep that separate. For this batch, we will have some doubt sessions, right? Like practice solving session we can have. Okay. And
Also, like
otherwise
we
you can, like, apart from this batch also, what I can do that in general for our platform, right? I can keep conducting practice sessions, right? Where you guys can join in. I mean, something like that also can be done.
Yeah. Satvik, one more thing, like data science, this website is not get also opening, like it's asking for membership status.
Okay, so so I told yesterday, right? You don't need to pay anything before Feb 15th. For example, just select any random payment plan. Just select any random payment thing. It will approve you. So let me show you. Uh, okay. So let's say I go with this this new email ID. Okay. So let's say I go to practice, and when I open this, it will say premium access required, right? You'll click on upgrade, select anything. And by the way, these are not the real prices. So just click on anything. Okay. It will take you to Razorpay and just select, let's say, wallet. And I select anything, for example, Airtel Payment Bank. It will automatically clear your payment. Don't worry. So if this is not working, let's try something else. I mean, something will work for sure. Let's try do UPI. If not UPI, I can select, let's say, wallet. I tried this one yesterday. Very good. Just hold on a second. It's working. I checked it. MobiWik payment. Show all options. Let's do through UPI maybe. Let's say I select any random UPI. Okay. Confirming. See, it automatically approved, right? And once once it is payment is approved, it will redirect you automatically. Just give it a second. Yeah. So return to dashboard. Now, if you go to practice questions, you will be able to practice them. So you don't need to pay anything right now. Yeah. This I have just put a placeholder because I'm trying to integrate payment. It will be like available from next month, but you guys don't need to pay anything. Got it?
Sure, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
So
We'll
this
try
is
that.
there. I will have a doubt. I will have a practice session separately. Don't worry. First, uh, let's finish the remaining topics, right? Because performance tuning and like couple of more topics are remaining. CT, पहले CT कर लेते हैं, performance tuning कर लेते हैं, right? And after that, what we can do in the last week, we can have a practice session, and then in general, I will regularly every week I'll keep organizing practice sessions in data science platform as well, so you guys can join there. So that will be open to everyone. Everyone can join it, right?
Okay. Will we also do procedure and views in this class, or like
Yeah.
in
So
next?
I told you, right? In performance tuning, I will do stored procedures, views, triggers, indexes, all those things.
Okay.
So yeah. So that's it. Like keep on practicing. Don't worry. I'll conduct practice sessions for. I'll try to like help you practice good number of questions. Right. Let's say if I teach you around 40-50 questions, right? 4 to 5 sets. That will give you a good heads up to how to solve questions, right? And then you can carry on not from there. Okay, so sure, I will try my best, but again I'm saying doesn't matter what I teach, do follow the
इंटरव्यू भी क्लियर करवा देना.
मेरा खुद का नहीं क्लियर हो रहा अभी, तो लाइक
आपका नहीं हो रहा तो हमारा तो स्कोप ही नहीं है फिर.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. सो मैं भी अभी परसों रिजेक्ट हुआ इंटरव्यू में, होता रहता है वो चीज. एनीवेज, सो yeah, what I was saying is yeah, so while solving SQL questions, right, you have to follow the architecture that I explained. Once we study that art of solving SQL question session, a lot of things will be cleared by then, right? And after that, if you practice a little bit, it will help you guys. Don't worry, yaar, see, rejection chalta rehta hai. It's a part of thing, but just keep on upskilling yourself, right? No one is there who does not get rejected, to be honest, right? Even it's fine, but keep on applying, keep on thinking. Like if I just open up my email, there will be a lot of rejection. Like my resume nahi shortlist hua, so it keeps on happening. Don't worry.
I don't believe so. I mean, you do have lots of knowledge. How can we someone get rejected? Like,
रिजेक्ट करने के 50 रीजंस होते हैं. लाइक मैं अकेला थोड़ी हूँ, दुनिया में लोग को मेरे से ज्यादा पता है, राइट? सो इट has nothing to do with that. Companies always have like
yeah, Einstein ढूंढते हैं.
Einstein वाली बात नहीं है. Like there is always, you are always replaceable. Corporate life का one simple rule is this, right? You
वो
are
तो है.
always replaceable. So that's it.
So one question to that, being known that like we are replaceable, how you keep motivated to get learning the new things, new skills? What
I do
motivates you to learn the new things? Because at certain point we lose interest of learning the new skills, right? So that's the reason I'm asking.
there are few things that motivate me personally. First of all, that एक तो चीज है कि because I'm already teaching people, right? So I need to know things, to be honest, right? For example, if I don't know, then how will I teach you guys? First of all, एक तो motivation वहां से आती है. Second, in office also there is a very luckily, like in my company, there's a very healthy competition where I'm working right now. For example, I'm earlier I used to work with the data team, right? In my current role, I'm working with software developers, so they know more than me because I'm not a software developer, right? So when I started working here, so I was from the data background, I could not compete with them. They knew more than me, way more than me, right? So to be, I don't mean to beat them, just to get at least on par with them so that I don't feel out of right, out of place. So I have to keep upskilling myself, right? So these both things motivate me, to be honest. uh, because in US, uh, thing is that if you are not at your best, then your job can be your job is at risk at time. Because I have been laid off once. So I remember it was like I got a very good feedback 1 month back, 1 month prior to that, and next month they laid me off because they were doing some mass they were doing some they laid off 35 people, right? So that's when I realized that unless you are valued to them, like no one is your friend, no in your company. Like my manager always used to say that, okay, you are one of the best, no, nothing will happen, nothing will happen. And the day he called me and just laid me off, stopped picking my call, right? So it happens. So that's when I realized that the only thing that will remain with you is your skills. Keep working on them, right? So that's what
Yeah,
I believe.
that's really a great point. Thank you so much.
No problem. Yeah.
And how do you stay positive with all these things? Like, I to get
No, no,
hopeless with.
I also believe. Let me tell you, like for example, last year I was laid off in February, March, April, and May. I was literally, I mean, although I was studying very hard, but I was crying as well that because I always had this pressure of immigration. I had to leave US, and then because in US, if you don't have a job, like things are very expensive, right? Even my savings were getting. I was getting negative, to be honest. It's not that I'm always positive, but now I've just started. I mean, everyone feels negative. It's not that no one feels. It's just that just by feeling negative, I cannot. It will not help me in any ways, right? I have, if, for example, when I lost my job, I could have been crying all the day, right? But that wouldn't get me job. Eventually, I had to study. If I'm getting rejected, if my resumes are not getting selected, one method is I keep on cribbing that jobs नहीं है, market खराब है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. Second है कि बैठ के मैं खुद को upskill करूं, because reality I know मैं क्या कर सकता हूं. I knew lot of things I didn't know, right? So there is only one option. Uh, okay, cry for some time, but remaining time put your hard work, upskill. That's the only way out of this thing. Because suppose you don't possess those skills, example, right? Does not matter if you cry, if you get emotional, right? That will not help you get job. Even interview में केवल एक ही चीज मैटर करती है, या तो आप इंटरव्यू को impress कर दो या फिर you will get rejected. So that's you learn it the hard way. That's it. I mean, that's all I can say. So I'm also negative. It's not like that I'm not, but yeah, I know eventually what I have to do. I mean, if I have to get work done, so that's why I stay like this. So, yeah, I mean, see, सबके साथ होता होगा, like you guys are working, किसी के पास, like someone might be working, someone might not be working, right? This phase will go on. I mean, कभी आपके पास job होगी, कभी नहीं होगी, कभी job में अच्छा नहीं चल रहा होगा. These things will keep on happening. Uh, मेरे case में, as I mentioned, I was lucky. Like in India, when I was working also, there was a team of 20 people in which I was working. On those 20, there were 18 people who were IIT and IM people, right? And there were two people not from non IT, non me and someone else, right? So there also I learned a lot, because people around me were very supportive. I learned a lot from them in my initial days. That actually helped me a lot initially, and luckily my company was good that they sent me here. Then here when I came to US, then I realized I don't know anything. Then I had to learn a lot. So like all these years, one thing has been constant: learning. Like never there has never been a point that I think, okay, मेरे को सब आता है. कभी भी नहीं. Even now, like I don't feel like because the team with I work in, they know so much, so many things I don't even know right now. पता नहीं मैं कैसे सीखूंगा, but it will keep on going. But yeah, I mean, you have to balance your, मैं कोई lecture नहीं दे रहा, but you have to balance your personal life as well. That इतना भी मत हो जाओ कि upskill so that you don't enjoy your personal life. So you have to balance that. Again, I mean, sorry, I mean, I didn't want to keep do ranting, but yeah, that's it. So anyone, any other doubt, please, you can stay. We are done with the class. If someone wants to discuss anything, I'm here. Otherwise, and I mean, good night. I know it's late in India. So
Thanks. Good day. Bye. Thanks.
bye. Bye, guys. Thanks. Enjoy. And we'll
Thank you,
connect.
Satvik.
Thank you.
Thank you, Satvik.
Good night, sir. Stay
गुड नाइट
safe,
टू यू यार. मेरा तो अभी दिन है, मेरे मॉर्निंग है, मेरे 10 बज रहे सुबह के. बाय.
and stay safe, sir.
So shall I drop the call and no one has any doubt, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Guy. Good night.